You guys know what you like hit the jackpot, right? Like you've it's just like it's like a crazy. Hey everyone, this is Josh back with Cardboard Chronicles. Today we have a very special episode. We're actually on site, my first in-person interview, and here I'm with Brian and Kassie. How are you guys doing?
Hey. Good, how are you?
So the reason we're doing the in-person interview is we had kind of a crazy story. I'm sure you guys saw the card last night on Instagram. I think we're all pretty excited. Last night we did the deal, and we'll go over all that. So why don't you guys start us off? Just tell us about yourselves and tell us your background in the hobby.
Okay, I'm Brian. This is Kassie.
Hey guys.
I'm married for almost 5 years. We have 2 kids. I got started in the hobby first. I started collecting when I was like 9 or 10 and did it for like 5 years. Bass, 90s stuff.
Yep.
And then I kind of got out of it for a while. After that, my brother's really into card collecting, and we had this one card, this Michael Jordan Big Man on Quarter. We lost it in my parents' house and could never find it. So the search began for that about, 3 years ago?
About 3 years ago.
And every time we go over there, which is like once a month, we look for it.
Yeah, we still haven't found it, so.
You guys still don't have that card?
Nope,
Yeah,
we still can't find it.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Yeah. The crazy thing is we went through Hurricane Harvey.
Yeah.
We were down there and it hit us really hard. The house got completely gutted, but everything on top stayed there, so we're hoping that it's still on top somewhere. So that kind of led the way into my brother starting to get into sports breaks.
Mm-hmm.
I think what really got us excited is we did a break together, me and my brother, over the phone, and he got a Galactic.
Oh, nice.
Out of the case, so
we were all
excited.
So we were stoked for it.
So then we got our cards in. I got them in the mail, and I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll start collecting again."
Yeah.
So I kind of started just here and there, nothing big, nothing special, just collecting. Got into Goodwin Champions a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we realized there were so many other cards besides sports cards.
Yeah.
Like we have Buddha card, Einstein card. Brian has a lot of War Relic cards. So that was really neat to see that, there wasn't just one.
Right.
So that and basketball is what we collect.
Yeah.
So what drove you guys to basketball? I'm just curious.
Well, Michael at first. Michael drove us, and we had that whole give me that Michael.
Chasing for Michael,
yeah.
And I bought a couple wax boxes to kind of open up to see what I could find.
Yeah.
I didn't find anything big, but that led us to buying our first lot of cards. I was on Craigslist and I just saw this random ad. This guy said he was selling this entire lot for $150. There are 250 Jordan cards in there. That's what caught my eye.
Yeah.
So I asked my brother if he wanted to split the 150 with me just for fun. And he lives in Houston, I live in Austin.
So Brian got the whole lot by himself. Our car was filled with boxes.
To the brand.
All of them.
$150.
$150.
He had to get me to my music lesson ASAP, so he was
chunking the boxes in the car.
The guy didn't know what to do. He was like, "Here, let me help you."
He's just like pouring stuff into the boxes. I'm like, no, like that's gonna hurt the car. But I had about 300 pounds of cards in my car, and I called my brother. So funny story, on the way home, I just grabbed a random box and started looking through it, and I was sitting in traffic. And I pulled out this 1985 Star Michael Jordan card, and I was whoa, what is this? So I looked it up, and I'm freaking out. I called Kassie. She called my brother and his wife. We're all on this phone conference together, screaming, we found a $60,000 card, I flip it over, look on the back, and it says Topps reprint.
So, the high and low.
Yeah, the high and low, exactly. What else is going to be in here, you know? So we get the lot home. And we didn't really know too much about the value of cards at this time. It's been years since I've been back in the hobby, and I didn't really know what to look for. And then we get to this basketball box, and I pull out, it's 0304 LeBron James rookie refractor. And at the time, I didn't know how much it was really worth, but I knew that it was a decent card. So we looked it up. We have our Beckett and stuff, and it's $4,000, at the time.
Yeah.
So that's got us really excited about it. That was probably the biggest find in the box.
And at the same time, we didn't know how desirable it was either. Cool, a refractor, but we didn't realize people really live for this.
Were you guys getting into the condition of it yet, and really analyzing the centering, especially that
Absolutely
part?
not.
Yet. No. Whenever I found that, I was like, well, hey, we spent $150, and there's a card with $4,000 in here, and other cards worth $10, $20, and it wasn't really about the value. We were just excited. I think it was the rush of opening these things and not knowing what you're going to find.
Right, exactly.
That's what got us excited about it.
Yeah.
I talked to Kassie about it, and I was like, hey, maybe we can make a business of this.
Yeah.
I said, hell yeah. That sounds great.
And that shifted us from Michael Jordan to LeBron James.
What made it so easy was that he loved to look for the lots, and I loved to ship and do customer service and feedback and all the eBay stuff, basically. It made for a perfect team.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, I really couldn't think of a better business partner to my husband. So.
You know, with the kids and hectic lives, it's nice that we have a hobby
Yeah,
that we can do
something-
together.
Exactly.
The husband-wife thing is
Connect us.
pretty unique, and I think it's a great story to have you guys do
Thank
together.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really done wonders for our relationship as far as feeling like we both put something in,
Right.
financially, because your finance is everything you have to show for it. It's more than just money.
Right. So yeah, let's jump into the story. Why don't you take us all the way from the beginning, and I'll pick up from where I found you guys.
The story goes, we've been buying lots, and some of the cards we keep, some of the cards we flip. I buy lots from Craigslist, I buy lots from Goodwill, I buy lots from thrift shops, estate sales, anywhere I can find them really. And so one of my main spots to buy a lot is from Goodwill, but it's online. It's called shopgoodwill.com. It's from all the Goodwills all over the country. The deal with shopgoodwill.com is you have about 2 or 3 pictures to go off of on what's in a lot.
Yeah.
So usually they'll take like an overhead shot of like everything. Maybe they'll take like 10 cards out, and you're talking about 50 pounds of cards. 10 cards. we really don't know what's in there.
Right.
I should preface this with the lot I bought beforehand. I paid a lot of money. I paid about $500 for it because there was a whole bunch of boxes of 0304. It was 0304 Topps Chrome, 0304 Finest, 03, everything from LeBron James rookie year. So I was like, oh man, I started getting excited again because after we found that refractor, the chase began for LeBron. This is rookie stuff. So I bought that lot. And I got them in, and all the boxes have been opened, and all the packs have been opened, and the cards have been put back into the pack.
Except for the
good
goodies.
stuff.
So it's all the base cards.
All the base cards, $500 down the drain.
So Goodwill just sort of like takes a guess, or how do they come up with?
It's an auction.
Oh, so people saw that and
Yeah.
thought, oh, okay.
So they
Yeah,
saw so
we
the
all
prices
have the
drove
same
up
idea.
and up.
Gotcha. You're taking a risk.
Yeah, taking a risk. It's a gamble, and it's the name of the game. But that was a pretty heavy hit. We don't spend huge amounts of money, We
Right.
just kind
We try to use what we've made
Right.
to keep going into the business.
Sure.
of so that bit into our stockpile because we were just starting. So after that, I was kind of bummed, and I didn't buy a lot for probably about a month. And so I was searching on Goodwill again for fun, and I saw this lot, and there was 2 pictures, and it was 4 boxes of cards. It was 100 pounds. On one picture, it was just these random cards sprinkled in a bucket with LeBron James on it. It was from his rookie year.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to get my hopes up because I already had the dash so hard.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same kind of story. Yeah.
And I was like, well, I guess this could have something in it. And then the other picture I saw, can I show them the box that I saw?
Yeah, sure.
And this was sticking out like this.
Oh, okay.
And just from knowing kind of what this is, I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, it's probably been opened, from last time. But I thought I'd take a chance on it.
So what was the final bid?
Final bid was, I think it was 8.
Probably feeling like this is way less
Yeah,
risky.
Exactly.
Might as well try.
Yeah, I thought I'd take a shot at it, and it was pickup only. Usually when the cards are too heavy, it'll be pickup, but I messaged Goodwill, and I asked if they would do shipping, and they said they would.
And you guys paid for the shipping?
We paid for the shipping, and I think that was about $30.
Okay.
Yeah. So we wait about a week. The cards come in, and I didn't even know it was going to be 4 boxes. I thought it was going to be 2. It was 4 boxes of 25 pounds each of cards. And so we're just like, okay, here we go again.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while.
It's going to take a while.
Didn't take long.
We get 4 of these boxes delivered to our door.
These are pretty big.
Pretty good size, Iron Mountain.
Yeah.
So these are full of stuff like these boxes. And so I start pulling some out, and it's, and I'll have these like notes on it. So actually, I think I pulled this one out first. It says no money cards.
So these are bad.
And it's still like kind of some cool stuff like
Yeah, just like piles.
piles and piles of cards.
Baseball.
Baseball.
And we're used to going through this stuff. We spent hours going through these cards. I can't tell you how many Stacey Augman NBA cards And then I pull out a box, good cards, look at them later, all money cards.
So now you're getting nervous.
So I'm like, money cards, huh?
Let's see.
I think one of the first cards I pulled out was this like Chris Bosh rookie card.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, Chris Bosh, same year as LeBron. And so I start pulling stuff out,
This is a good sign.
stuff like that. I'm like, babe. I was like, I think we hit the mother load, and this is the mother load so far with Fulton Butler.
Getting warmer.
And there's a whole bunch of cards like this. And here we go. Travis Outlaw,
Yep.
same rookie year as
Same
LeBron.
rookie.
Oh,
Saul. And then I see what I think is going to be the best card, and it wasn't graded at the time, but I put all LeBron James 2003-04 Topps Chrome.
Made your money back already.
Yeah, made my money back. I'm like, yes. I'm like, hey, we did it.
We finally got it.
So then I look in, I pull out another 03-04 Topps Chrome LeBron James rookie card. And so at this time, we're already like Like, oh man, like
Double trouble.
we did it. We like finally found some LeBron James stuff.
Yeah.
Two of them now.
So then, under the second LeBron James rookie, is when I finally see it.
Baby.
I pull it out. I was like, ah! I started screaming. I was like, it's a gold LeBron James rookie refractor. Out of 50, numbered 1 out of 50.
Yeah.
Like,
He didn't talk for 30 minutes after that.
So like the rest of
Why?
the cards, you just stopped and like just stop what you're doing.
yeah, just stop what we're doing, put it all down, and
Chucking it aside.
yeah, just kind of like I just kind of like slowly, sweetly
I mean,
create
LeBron,
some-
keep those things.
Yeah. So I found a couple more LeBrons under that. I think after I found that, which were these two,
Yeah.
so they weren't graded, but I was kind of
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, after that.
I've seen the best.
yeah, exactly.
So what did you do when you saw this guy? Like, what's the next step? What happened?
So first things first, I think Cassie recorded a video.
Yep.
Oh man, I was prancing around. At first we were jumping up and down like the Price is Right.
We did. We were hugging each other, jumping up and down.
It was so surreal. Well, meanwhile, the kids were just, playing like.
And then they ran out and started jumping around with us.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what was going on. They were just happy we were dancing.
And then he was quiet for about 30 minutes, just nervously shuffling through the rest of the cards. But I don't think he was
Yeah, I had to
really
see what else was in there. I think it was in shock.
Biding time.
Yeah,
he was-
definitely in shock.
I was so pumped. I was super excited.
You made a
about
video,
it.
which
Made a
I
video.
think
I
was-
was.
We'll play the video.
Thank
Yeah.
We just found the LeBron James 03-04 draft pick number 1 gold refractor, 1 out of 50.
We definitely taking a cruise in February now, baby.
Yeah. Don like LeBron, Don like LeBron, psycho like Michael, psycho like Michael.
I'm just real happy right now, kind of speechless. It still hasn't set in, really. It really hasn't. Like, I just can't believe it.
He's still looking
looking
for
for
ranks. We'd like to thank LeBron James. Thank you, LeBron James.
Thank you, LeBron, yada yada. And
We did thank LeBron.
yeah, we still do to this day. He brought us all together,
Right,
so
right.
it's pretty cool.
Tell me about like your thought of like selling it, or what went through your mind at that point?
Sure.
Like what to do with it?
Before I found it, I didn't know the gold was the most rare.
Yeah.
So then when I flipped it over on the back and saw it was out of 50, I was like, okay, this is like...
There's actually multiple thousands of the regular refractor.
Yeah.
So it's quite a bit more.
Wow.
And I was thinking the X Factor was at first because I still wasn't as knowledgeable, but then when I saw like it was numbered out of
220.
50, yeah.
The X Factor's 220.
220,
Yeah.
right.
He did say before we got the box, I think we're gonna get a gold in here, and I was like, okay, yeah, what's a gold?
I knew from what the cards were worth that it's like we had a big card on our hand. And that it's like, I mean, there's only 50 made of his rookie cards.
Yeah.
So it's
And like if you think about it, this is the first
the first printed one.
print.
first print, the first Topps Chrome,
Yep.
first gold.
Yep.
So this is like, you could
Number
almost
one.
maybe say this is the first ever Topps Chrome LeBron card printed.
Exactly.
If they went by like
Exactly.
in order of
I'm
Yeah. I was really amazed that it was number 1 out of 50.
yeah, that's crazy.
A couple things that ran through my head at first.
Is it fake?
Number 1, in shock. Number 2, is it a fake?
Yeah.
Because of the Michael scare
Yeah.
previously.
Yeah. Based on what was around it. you kind of figure-
Exactly.
Right.
She kind of reassured me
Just
because I asked her, I was like, do you think this is a fake?
Went
She's like,
through-
well, look at all the, you have regular rookies, you have everything from 03, 04. We found like some of these other cards.
Yeah.
It's like, chances are it's not
No,
fake.
it's not.
Right, I mean,
Yeah.
the indentation on the
Yep.
numbers, the gold on the numbers,
And I
the,
told you
the
guys
blemish.
there's a factory print dot that a couple others in that same area have.
Right.
So there's a bunch of key indicators.
There's no doubt
Right.
about
Yeah.
it. Even the way the refractor refracts, I mean, it's just
Yeah.
flawless.
It's hard to do that.
So in November you found it and you posted this Facebook group.
Yes, we posted it to the PSA Facebook group.
This was pretty recently after you found it.
I think it was the same day.
Okay, and this is when I found you guys, right around. So this is like mid-November.
I posted that post online of us finding it to kind of ask like what this thing's worth and
Yeah.
show people. But we kind of sat on the card and got out a little bit. We got a couple offers, and I think that's where you come in. I think.
Yeah. So I found it. I was at a show in Chicago in mid-November. A friend of mine showed me his phone on a Facebook group. He's like, "Hey, check this out. I know you're a LeBron guy. Check out what I found. This couple posted this card and they're asking for help. You should take a look at it." So I contacted you guys like 2 days later,
Yeah.
and I still haven't asked you. Like, you didn't respond to me for like
Ever,
2
right?
months. From like I texted you guys in mid-November when I found you on Facebook, and then you guys responded in like January.
Was it?
The show.
I must have not have seen your,
Because you responded
I
like,
noticed
I had
that.
just texted you, and I was like, oh, it's been like 2 months, but yeah, hey,
You know what's funny? I thought you did just texted me.
Oh, yeah, I texted you like November 18th.
It must have got lost in the shuffle because I got a mountain of messages like from that card. So I think I have it set to my Facebook to where if I don't know you, it goes to like this like request folder. So it must have been that. It had to have been.
Yeah, it's lost in the
So then you got my message, and I had said something like, "Hey, I saw your card. I'm interested in like helping you guys like figure out value, whatever you need me to do."
Right.
So we were messaging back and forth, and you told me like you had some bad experience with the previous people offering some lowballs, and I kind of like told them, "Hey, I have this channel." Not to like use that as like, hey,
sure,
not to like out muscle or anything, but to like, hey, if you need help, I'm in this card community. I know a lot about this card. I'm willing to help. I'd love to make an offer if we could figure something out there.
Ricky, watch out, baby. We're filming.
But at the very least, I would love to sell it for you guys and help you get the max value. So then we ended up just setting up like a Skype call. I was like, this is too important. Like, let's set up a Skype. And we met. We talked for like 2 hours that night. It was like a 2-hour Skype, and we were talking about all card stuff, just kind of everything. And then we, got into this, and I was like, well, let me just make you guys an offer. So I made a cash offer. You guys seemed happy with the number. Then you guys got nervous about getting rid of the card.
Exactly.
So I was like, let me go run upstairs. Let me go get my cards, and I'll bring them back. Maybe we can work out like a half cash, half trade, so you guys can kind of get both. I'd actually picked this up at the show, so it's kind of fate that I found you guys at the show.
I didn't know that.
I got this at that show. So this is the 2003 SP Authentic number to 500 rookie auto. And I showed them this, and you guys both seemed really interested in this. And I valued it about half of what my cash offer was. So I said, we'll do about half cash, half this. And you guys seemed way more interested in that. Because you kind of get a little bit of both of what you were looking for. You guys didn't say yes on the phone call, but I think it was leaning that way. And then we kept chatting for a couple of days, and we ended up finalizing the deal at that point. From there, we thought, this is so crazy, like, let's meet up. We talked about driving halfway, and let's meet in El Paso, or there was another city we were talking about meeting in.
Sierra Blanca.
So we were like, And then, some of the times didn't work out where we could both have a weekend, so I was like, I'll just fly to you guys. We'll do the interview, we'll do it all, make it a fun weekend. So that's where we are now today. Happy to report that the deal's been done.
Yes, it has.
They got their card, they got their money, they got the gold. I posted on Instagram, you guys all saw. So that's the story, really. I was asking some friends last night, and I'm going to ask PSA if I can have them label it as the Goodwill LeBron.
No way.
I'm pretty sure that you can have BGS or PSA, label it with whatever you want. I know a guy that has like a Carmelo Anthony jersey number collection, and on him he always has them jersey numbered
that's
at the bottom, so that he can have that as part of his collection.
Right.
So we're dubbing it the Goodwill LeBron.
Yes.
The Goodwill LeBron.
The Goodwill LeBron.
Thank you, LeBron.
This is like, you guys have known from dealing with cards for a long time, like this is something that just doesn't happen ever. The year of the card, the player, the serial number, all of it is just like, it's unreal.
It is unreal. It's unreal.
So when I was thinking about the offer, I was thinking about the value of the card, but also like the story. Like I'm buying part of the story and like buying the experience with you guys and this whole thing. So last couple weeks have been great getting to know you guys. And
definitely.
We got the deal done, we got the story, it's all kind of come together.
It's been great.
It's beautiful.
And I'll tell you, one thing I want to mention too is the reason that we went with you. Me and Cassie both talked about, we wanted to give to somebody who's going to appreciate it, who's going to have it for their collection. Not only are we excited because we love your channel and we like watching your interviews and we wanted to be a part of that, but also the fact that we could give to somebody who's really going to like cherish it and have it forever. And you have been awesome with us the whole time, from your offer to the story to offering to come down here. So we just knew that it was the right thing to do to make the deal. Definitely felt right since the beginning.
Brian's mom even added him on Facebook to make sure he wouldn't murder us. So it all worked out.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I told you guys a couple of times, but like I was almost like just as excited that you guys ended up with this rookie auto, because I know it's like it's not as rare as this, it's not as expensive, but it's still like a really awesome rookie card. It's autographed.
It's beautiful.
It's got a lot of the things you guys are looking for. It's already graded, really nice grade. So I kind of felt like you guys are getting the both of what you wanted. So you hit this awesome story, like you should get something out of it. You should have something that you can look back on and enjoy, right?
Exactly, and that's what pushed us over, like it wasn't about the money, because sure, everybody can use money, but we also got this awesome card and we got this awesome story, and we'll have the story documented forever.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the best part.
So what's next? You're not gonna find these. I'll be honest. You're not gonna find this stuff anymore.
Yeah, we will.
Well,
we're gonna keep finding this stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
yes, sir.
I'm gonna keep messaging you guys.
We gotta put it out there, man.
Yeah, it's true. I've always been lucky.
We do
And
believe
Brian's
in,
lucky.
That's right. I always call it my lucky charm because we do believe in intentions and putting it out there, and you
That's
know,
great.
if we put it out in the universe, it'll come back to
Well,
us.
don't let me stop you with my negativity.
No, man, I know that for a fact that this won't be the last deal of ours. So
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So what's next with the card and the money? Like, what do you guys think you're gonna?
Well-
gonna keep this going, keep doing lots.
Yeah,
Is
we'll
there
keep
any
it going.
we'll
changes?
keep doing lots. We have an eBay store. It's called Twin Flame Card and
I'll
Collectibles.
post the link to that.
And we love being a part of the community, and this has especially jump-started us into the
For sure.
community. I think that's what's in the future for us. We're going to keep getting lots. We're going to keep getting lucky. We're going to keep doing deals and you know, having fun in the card collecting. It's not going to stop anytime soon.
Awesome.
So,
Well, I'm happy to help bring you guys into the community more. With
Thank you.
However,
Yeah.
I can help with that and
For
get you guys on
Awesome.
blowout if we want to, or
Yeah.
whatever you guys want to do.
that'd be
So
great.
there's a lot more to it than where you guys are at. There's a lot out there, so
Sure.
we can.
Okay,
There's a lot of other fun stuff to look at.
great.
Anything else?
Well, let me say this. We've got a lot coming in a couple days. It's the same box
Gold
as the
LeBron.
gold.
That's being
So it's
shipped
coming
here
in the
now.
same
Yeah,
box.
it's
So
shipped here now.
we think it's from the same owner.
I'm pretty
So-
sure it may be from the same owner,
So
so
you-
you never
You
know.
might find the gold refractor 23 out of 50 this time.
Or the 50 out of 50.
50 out of 50, there you go.
Yeah.
The bookends, yeah.
That'll be
eBay
good.
101.
eBay 101.
So we'll see. We might be doing another video pretty soon.
We'll see.
Well, this has been great, guys. Thanks for welcoming me to your home and your
Yeah, of
city,
course.
and I was really happy to make the trip and do this interview. So yeah,
Awesome.
we'll call it there.
Sounds
For
great.
Thanks
Thanks,
so
Josh.
much,
See you.
Josh.
Bye.
Bye.